Alright you guys, welcome back. So what I'm going to do for this workout is simply, it's going to be an arm based workout, but we're going to be doing standard push-pull sequences. So first I'm going to start with a warm-up, then I'm going to go ahead and go into this high volume arm workout. It's basically 4 exercises: push-ups followed by dumbbell kickbacks from a quadruped position, and then we're going to do dumbbell rows right into some bicep curls. So we got some pre-fatiguing effects going on by doing the push-ups and then doing the kickbacks. So the triceps are going to be fatiguing, it's going to make the push-up harder, and then for the dumbbell rows, the biceps are going to be fatiguing because it's like doing 2 exercises that are calling on the bicep. Then I'm going to do some core, and then I will do some shadow boxing. So come along, or you can simply come back to this video and get some ideas and do it at your own convenience or whatever you wish. So first I'm going to warm up. So since this is mainly a upper body based workout, I'm just going to do mainly shoulder warm-ups. So what I'm doing here is I'm doing a diagonal pattern shoulder warm-up, and as you can see I have my thumbs pointing so you can see that I'm actually rotating. And so this is kind of a good way to warm up the shoulder without any kind of resistance, such as bands or anything like that. And that rotation really does work the rotator cuff, I find, even without resistance. So all I'm doing is just going from internal to external rotation. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a thoracic mobilization exercise. Just going to get on one elbow. I'm going to kind of scoot back like this to get the lower back to not be involved, so I can get it to be mainly thoracic movement. This is actually, I forgot about this exercise, it's one of my favorites. It's a great thoracic stabilization exercise and mobilization too. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So it's going to be the push-ups and kickbacks, and the push-ups are going to be a little bit closer grip. So, and the whole idea is I want to get a metabolic effect during this workout. I'm going to do as many sets of 10 as I can do. Just going non-stop. That was tough. We start and switch it up each time. Good. So what this exercise lacks in variety, it's going to make up for in intensity. That's the hope. It's already hard. I can feel the triceps are burning. Okay, that's 30 push-ups. Now, modifications is you could simply do this from the knees, the push-ups. My guess is once I get to about 50 push-ups, it's going to be tough. That's the whole point. I want to get a nice fatigue effect here. fatigue stimulus. Okay. Actually, I feel like I'm doing much better than I would expect. So I'm just using a 10-pound dumbbell. Okay, that's 40 total reps of each. Now we're going to do 50. After 50, it's probably going to get pretty challenging. So part of this is I want to make sure that I don't want to lose the muscle. So I'm coming up with all these different strategies without having the the access to a gym and with limited equipment. Okay, that's 50. Last set of 10 on this side. Okay, so I'm doing this from the knees because I don't have a bench. So if I had a bench, I'd have one knee on the bench, one foot on the ground. So I like the variety of doing it from both knees, plus you get the back support. And it's also convenient to go right back into the push-ups. Okay. And as you notice, I'm constantly going back and forth at the dumbbell because 2, 3, 4, 6. I want to spread it out. And what I mean by that is that if the tricep is if my left arm is the last to do this set, then it's going to be a little more fatigued because the right side is recovering, right? So if I go back and forth, I'm kind of balancing that fatigue effect. So one side isn't getting overtaxed. By the way, what I'm feeling is kind of a cramping sensation in my tricep. It's a cramping sensation. And the push-ups are tough. When the going gets tough in the muscles, you've got to keep your core tight, and I've also got to try and, I know posturally things start to kind of fall apart. I'm aware of this, you know? I'm aware of this. But it's easier said than done. You just do your best with what you know and try and apply it. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, that's 70. That's 70 push-ups. We're about to finish out 70 kickbacks. Okay. See how we're doing on time. 6. Okay. 6 minutes and 27 seconds. That's good. Okay, we're going to try and do this 80 here. I'd love to go unbroken. So if you notice, I slow down a little bit on a couple of reps. That's because I'm trying to make adjustments mid-set. I'm trying to make adjustments because I can feel the fatigue and I can feel the compensation is going to be coming in. So I'm trying to do my best to adjust. 3 on the fly. Okay. I didn't expect to do 100. We'll see. It looks like I'm going to do 100. This is going to be the 9th set. So as I said at the beginning, I'm trying to make up for a lack of variety by really being specific and being intense and getting the metabolic effect that I want. Okay, 10. We got one more set. And as I'm doing this, I'm holding a vacuum. Just postural awareness. And it burns a little more calories. And you'd have to agree that every calorie counts at this point. So it all adds up. Let that be motivation. It certainly is for me. So this is going to be 100 right here. Unbroken, hopefully. Oh, that was good. 100 total unbroken. All right. Didn't expect that. Biceps are shot. I mean, triceps are shot. All right. Now I'm going to go right into the bicep curls and dumbbell rows. Again, it's going to be really fatiguing for the biceps. And we're going to try and do 10 sets of 10, just like I did there, because I want to match it. I want to have that balance, you know, that push-pull balance. And I think what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to do 2 straight sets, hopefully. These are 20s, 20-pound dumbbells. I'm going to take about a 30-second rest, if that, and we'll go right back into it. Okay, it's a little less, but we're going to go right into it. These are much harder. These are going to be killer. Trying to keep the shoulders back. I ain't going to do these in 2s. These 20s just get to me so quick. This is much harder than the push-up kickback combo. I just think, relatively speaking, the weight is just heavier on the curls. which is fine. Believe me, I want to keep going right away, but the fatigue in the muscle is just kicking in to the point where I can feel the compensations occurring. You know, the roundedness of the shoulder, maybe the head moving forward a little bit. Those things annoy me because I wish they didn't happen. Now I'm correcting them, but I almost wish I didn't even have to correct them. I wish I could just go straight through, you know? But that's a training effect. This is something I talked about in my Orlando conference video about lactate. This is lactate training. Lactate training. What you burn now is what you earn later. If I'm not mistaken, that's got to be set 4. That's set 4. Not even halfway yet. Not even halfway there yet. Maybe I'll reverse the order. Maybe I'll do the curls first, then the rows. I don't know if it's going to make much difference. We'll try it this time. Okay. Wasn't much easier. Wasn't much easier. Was not much easier at all. Bicep is the weak link, of course, in regards to the fatigue. Bicep is the weak link. Did fine with the push-ups and the kickbacks. Even doing fine on the rows. 20-pound curls for, actually I just did 50 reps. 50 reps with 20-pound dumbbells. That adds up, you know. What you saw was one thing, but when you actually give the total work via reps and weight, it takes on a whole different perspective. You realize that's work. So let's go ahead and do the 6th set. Charging forward, I'd like to be able to get this done. The 100. And by the way, I mean, I'm just doing this because I want to get that in that effect, but 3 sets of each of these is perfectly fine. Anyone can do 3 sets, 4 sets, 5 sets. Okay. How are we doing on time? 16 minutes. Too long. Just feel like it's taking too long. Feel like I should have been done by now. A little bit of sweat going. Not a lot, but that's okay. I did cardio earlier today, so this is just my strength training session right now. We'll see if we can get to 100. So I did 6 sets. I hope I don't go back and see that I did 11 or 12. Sometimes I forget to count, you know. Talking while I'm doing this, it's easy to forget. So we'll say this is 7. It should be 7. That's no problem. Here's the problem, right here. 1, 2. So I'm going to take a little more of an inter-rep rest period. It's working. Hands are starting to burn, but the biceps are getting recovery. Okay, so as I'm holding the weights like this, my bicep is getting a little rest. So it's not all or nothing. Believe it or not, when we're contracting muscle, we're expending energy, but the body is also restoring energy at the same time. So it has to do with depletion, repletion rate. So the amount you deplete, the body's trying to replete to continue the work. So when that depletion rate gets higher than the repletion rate, then inevitably fatigue sets in. We can't go at the rate, or we just simply can't do another. But when you hold the weight without contracting the muscle, you're allowing the repletion rate to catch up a little bit. It doesn't get fully caught up, but it catches up a little bit, which might be just enough to squeeze out a few more reps, and squeeze those reps out with less fatigue or I should say, less fatigue means less chance of form being compromised, which increases the safety of the exercise and the overall effect. So it's kind of knowing these things and balancing out the risk to benefit of things, not just before the workout, but literally during the workout too, because things change. Because it's a dynamic thing, you know. So it's a dynamic situation. Okay, so it's going to be 8th set. Okay, 8th set. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now I'm going to do those 10 curls with those rest periods between reps. Here's the first one. 6, 7. Here's another one. It's like kicking the can down the road. That's all I'm doing. Okay. Actually, I feel like I'm getting better on the later sets. The pump, I feel like things are just surprised by that. Almost feels like it's getting easier, despite the fact that it should feel harder, and it does. But I think it's the endorphins, you know, natural pain. Your body's natural painkillers kick in. It's synonymous with a runner's high. We call it a weightlifter's high, and I think that's what I'm experiencing right now. So I'm at 8 sets. We're at 21 minutes. 8 sets. This will be number 9. Set number 9. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I want to take that rest right there. I felt it at 4, but I wanted to get to 5. 6. 7. Hands are burning. So I'm making myself shorter in height so I don't arch with the back. I'm lowering my center of gravity, and I'm also slightly forward, so if I lean back I end up being in a straight position rather than you're already straight and you're in an extended position. Okay. One more set. One more set, and then I'm going to do some core. Yeah, got a good response here. Good response. This is a good little workout. The 100 rep workout. It's a chipper. It's a chipper, and as we get fitter, that chipper becomes less of a chipper. But right now, I'm in the training process, and I'm in the accumulation or adaptation process, and my body's adapting. So you have to deal with the struggles with the training. But yeah, but I know what lies at the end of the road in regards to the benefits. So it's a minor setback. It's just part of the training. It's just the journey. So it's a last set. Okay, we're about to finish this up. Okay, let's give it a little rest. Lower center of gravity. 6. Let's finish out. 9. A little negative there. A little negative, okay. I think instead of core, I'm just going to go right into the shadow boxing. And yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go for about 3 to 5 minutes. So I'm just going to do various combinations. So I'm just doing a left, left, right. Now I'm changing up the stance, changing up the lead hand. All I'm focused on right now is just moving the hands. Let's come back to this side. Just a 3-punch combo with a little bit of sway, a little bit of body sway in between, just to keep the movements going. And I'm feeling a good little cardio effect because of the weight training. It's almost like a little bit of a moving squat, keeping the hands up. Okay, let's come back to the other side. Just a little jab hook. A little bit of a pivot on the back foot, just to transfer the weight, get the hips. Punch starts from the ground up, and then the core really has to not only work to move, but to stabilize as well. Okay, switch sides. Okay, basic combinations. Now we're going to go jab, cut. This can be highly effective at burning calories. Just simple combos and repeating them for reps. And switching sides for the variety. Feeling it. It's a good little workout here. Okay, let's just see what we can come up with next. I like that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Cut. Now, you don't need gloves to do this. You can simply do this without gloves. And okay, I think we're coming to the end here. So, let's see what I can do now. I like that. Jab, cut, cut, hook. Let's do the other side. So it's jab, cut, cut, hook. And I'm throwing a little squat in the hook, almost like a little bit of a body blow with the hook. Increases the calorie burn by getting into squat position. Notice how I'm going, when I go here, I'm already to defense. Then I come here. But it's really about keeping the hands up. You're going to burn more calories and it makes it more efficient. Okay, I just messed that up. Okay, hold on. Okay. I think that's going to do it. So, once again, I thank you guys for tuning in.